Hello, and today we will be going over what a function is, how to tell, and how to evaluate them. So first, what is a function? A function is basically any equation where every x value you put in, you'll only get out one y. So like this, any x value will have its own assigned singular y value. So that means that for every x, you won't have two different y values. So if you've ever seen like a circle equation, which is what this is down here, say you go to 0, 0. There's going to be a y at the top and the bottom. So that means that there's multiple y values for a single x. And you can't have that. So that means that it's not a function. That doesn't mean it's not an equation that you can't evaluate. It just means that it's not a function. One critical way you can tell just on a graph is if, let's say, you have x right here, and then you have that y squared plus x squared equals 9, something like that, right? So first, you look at this. Does it pass what's called the vertical line test? So you would theoretically, if you were given like a bounds, let's say you're given from -5 to 5, you want to first look if there's any overlapping points. So say that this cut back and was over here, right? And you could draw a vertical line between those 2 points, and it touches more than one point on the line, then that means it's not a function. So let's just say uh, x equals 4, right? That's a vertical line right there. It only touches one point. Now we can slide this along, and as you can see, it does not touch any more than one point on this line at any time. Now, let's look at this circle right here. If we slide it back across, as you can see, it touches up here and down here. So that means it does not pass the vertical line test. So that's just one simple way you can do it. If you're not using a calculator, all you have to do is just draw a line from this top to the bottom, just like that. And if it touches multiple points, it is not a function. Now, there's other ways to be able to tell, um, especially if you have a y and an x on the same side, and you are not able to just cleanly separate them. Finally, one of the most important parts is actually how to evaluate a function. So, all you have to do, it's really simple, is say you're asked to evaluate y equals 4x squared plus 3, right? All you need to do, if you have a graph, you just go to the point it's asking. So it's asking when x equals 4, right? One way you can do this graphically, now I kind of chose a bad point because it's pretty far separated. You can see where these two lines intersect, and that point is right here at 467. And yeah, that's all you would have to do if you have a graph. Now, it's much easier to actually just plug in this value up here, right? Plug in 4 for x. So let's say you have this 4 times, because you can't just write it or else it'll combine those in a calculator, times 4 squared. And as you can see, you get that same number, 67, as your total answer. So that's essentially how you evaluate functions with and without a calculator. And hopefully that was helpful to you guys. If you need any more assistance, just reach out and I'll help you the best I can.